In this video, we are going to look at the landscape scenery project for Illustrator. So first thing we got to do is we got to figure out kind of what image we're going to use for this and kind of look at what this project is. Really, what we're going to do, you're going to take some kind of photo, whether it's from the internet or something that you or someone you know took, and you're going to turn that into almost like a separate piece of art. The way that we'll do this is we're going to kind of eliminate some parts, add some pieces to this, so it'll kind of still look like the original photo, but a lot of kind of parts of it will change. The image itself, it's going to be some kind of like landscape scenery type thing. Now that can be natural, that can also be man-made or some combination of the two, and I'll show you some examples in a second here, kind of what will work well for this. One thing you want to look for as you're looking for pictures, you want to have some parts that are closer to the camera, some things that are kind of like middle distance away, and some things that are really far away. That's going to help to add the ability to put in some of the effects that we're looking for. One of those things being this thing called atmospheric perspective. So again, having some things closer, middle, far away will help with all that. As far as possible ideas for this thing, I just did a quick Google image search on interesting scenery, and these are some of the pictures that popped up. So things that you could look for. Maybe you want to do something with like mountains, of course mountain ranges, you're going to have some close, medium, far away type things. Bodies of water, you see the examples here with like docks, things like that. It could be grass in the foreground. Any of that's going to add visual interest to this thing and kind of make for a good picture. It could be like castles, houses, any kind of architectural type things, famous buildings, landmarks, any of those type of things. If they're bigger objects like Statue of Liberty, pictures taken from far away, you're going to see things in the foreground, you're going to see things kind of middle distance, see things real far away, and we'll be able to kind of get the effects that we want. It can also be something as simple as like a city corner, bridges, towers. Eiffel Tower comes up a lot if you search for interesting scenery type things. So those are just some of the different examples of things that you can come up with for this. Now you can also come up with your own things. Understand that we will be using gradients for this project, so kind of have that in the back of your head too. If you kind of see a picture where you realize, oh wait, the water is great for this, I can do a whole bunch of gradients on here and come up with some really cool colors and things like that. That'll kind of help you with this project. So once you've established what image you want, this is the way that we're going to kind of turn it into our own unique piece of artwork. First thing we're going to have to do is decide what part of the image to use and kind of how to place it on our project. And that's going to go into the rule of thirds. So there's going to be another video, a real short one, kind of explaining what the rule of thirds is, and then I'll have even another video after that kind of showing you how to set up the document and how to kind of place your file on there. So just know that's something we're going to get into, is this rule of thirds concept. As far as making it your own goes as well, you're going to simplify the image. You're going to have to decide what details are going to stay from your picture and what details are going to go. It's going to be too much to try to recreate an exact photograph. You're going to have to lose some details, and you're kind of going to be in charge of deciding what gets to stay and what won't be there. And some of that will be based on this atmospheric perspective thing. The things that are closer to us, you're going to find out, are going to be obviously more detailed than things that are further away. Other things we're going to do to kind of make this our own, you might use the eyedropper to help you pick some of your different pieces for color, but you're also going to exaggerate some of the colors. So you will kind of be able to determine what you want this to look like. You can kind of overdo some of this intentionally, color-wise. You're also going to exaggerate the perspective to kind of make this thing look like some pieces are really far away and add depth to this thing. And this is going to be atmospheric perspective. So again, there'll be another short video kind of explaining what that is. And then finally, something that you can do is you can compile different images together. Let's say that I had a picture of a person at a lake, and I really like that outline of the person, the silhouette of a small boat with a person fishing. Well, I could put that into a different picture of just a lake with like mountains in the background and a beautiful skyline and all these kind of things, and kind of put those together to kind of make my own thing. So that's optional, that part, but just something to kind of consider as you're looking at different pictures, that is an option. So that'll kind of get you started on this thing. We will look in the next video at this rule of thirds concept and then this atmospheric perspective concept. So I will talk about that in a little bit. Thanks.